Okay, so I'm Rachel Grant. My view or my portion of this research was to really focus on the influence that rap and hip hop culture has on the views on and the depiction of Black women. I really decided to dive into previous songs that have degraded Black women and also current artists who have uplifted them. So Black women are the most unprotected and unappreciated human being on planet Earth. Black women, they deal with discrimination not only from outside communities, whether it be the white community, but we also deal with racism within our own, regarding our Black men. So the opening picture that you see on the first slide is, it's just a picture of there being a rally or a protest, and there's someone holding a sign that says Black Women Matter. And I think a lot of people tend to leave Black women out of the conversation when talking about Black Lives Matter, but we'll dive deeper into that. So for decades, Black women have been degraded. They have been stripped of their humanity, and they have been depicted as a sex toy, from our breast, from our hips, from our lips. We have really just been seen as an object to whose sole purpose is to fulfill a man's sexual desires. We see this with our video vixens. We see this in how men depict us in their songs, and more specifically songs that are under the genre of rap and hip hop. So there are plenty of songs that are out there that have really just degraded Black women, and really have ruined the image of a Black woman. But I selected two songs that really shouldn't have stuck with me, but unfortunately they have, just because of the graphic and vulgar language used towards a Black woman. So the first one is Bitches Ain't Shit by Dr. Dre, and he says in the song, bitches ain't shit but hoes and tricks, lick on these nuts and suck the dick. I know it's very graphic, but it really just paints the picture of how Black men at the time were viewing Black women, or how they continue to view Black women. We're nothing more than an object to satisfy their needs. That's how they depicted us. The other song is X is Coming by DMX, and DMX decided to say that trying to send the bitch back to her maker, and if you got a daughter older than 15, I'ma rape her. I really selected this lyric because it is so graphic, it's so insensitive to the fact that Black women have dealt with so much trauma, especially relating to sexual assault. I don't think people are aware of how common it is for a Black woman to be assaulted in her own home, especially with sex trafficking and everything that is going on. That really painted the picture of there's a blatant disregard for a Black woman's mental health, her physical health, and her emotional health. And so I really wanted to highlight that. It is very vulgar, it is very graphic, but that's the reality of some of these songs that have been produced. And those aren't the only ones. Younger artists have taken inspiration from these two artists who are older, and they have also created some pieces that are very degrading. The Black community does not, the men of the Black community don't not only promote hatred but discrimination as well, as I touched on. In the song Gold Digger by Kanye West, he says, and when you get on, he'll leave your ass for a white girl. This really highlights the Black woman versus white woman debate, as in regards to a Black man's preference. For years, Black women have had to hear white women are easier to deal with. Black women are, they're extra, they're just not as beautiful as white women. And so this has really highlighted, on top of being degraded and being stripped of, being a human and a person, you also have to deal with someone who contributed to oppression is who I'm choosing to love over you, the person who stood by me. And I just wanted to highlight how hurtful that is. And in the light of all of the negativity, I wanted to highlight an artist, Megan Thee Stallion, who has taken her platform and used it to uplift the Black female community. She said, "I'm not afraid of criticism, and protect Black women should not be controversial." She said this with New York Times, and I'm so grateful for not only her, but artists like Beyonce and Nicki Minaj and so many others who have really used their platform to make music to uplift Black women and to make us feel comfortable in the skin that we have, to make us say, yeah, you're right, I do have breasts, I do have a behind, I do have full lips, but that doesn't mean that I owe you any of it, you know, that it's mine. And so in a way that Black or hip hop culture had a negative effect on the influence of the Black woman's image, I am proud to say that there are Black women who are rappers and hip hop artists who have come along and taken back and taken ownership of their bodies and their peace of mind and their overall Black girl confidence.